Welcome back to the Nurburgring for the first time since Lord knows when. I don't really remember the first time we did this back in Gran Turismo Sport, but the Nurburgring Time Trials are indeed back. As you can see, there is nothing on our ranking board. Yes, there is, but forget this BMW ranking. There is nothing on our ranking board outside of the shifter cart, which I threw out here as just sort of a baseline time, just to put something out there and see if you're faster or slower than the cart, which what we're going to be driving today probably will be. We do have to remember kind of the rules of all of this, and that is that a car gets one chance. If I mess up during the lap, it's the car's fault, clearly, and not mine. So it deserves the time it gets, however bad or good that time might be. So as you can see at the top, we're starting out with the Fiat 500 from 1968. And you really, you don't know that a car can go this slow. 16 horsepower. Now, we do, of course, in Gran Turismo 7 have to check, now, I've already gone through the majority of these, so these should be fine. I'm always going to come in and do a check to see and make sure that they're stock, or at least aren't going to have any sort of parts that are going to make it overly better. Now, I have upgraded some of these things on a good chunk of these cars. This Fiat, however, is just stock. I don't think it has anything extra added, and even if it did, we took it off for this. So, settle in, because with this Fiat, we're going to be here a while. Fiat 500, 1968. Our first actual car to take to the Nürburgring since Gran Turismo Sport. Another one of the rules, we're going to have a good chunk of time to kind of go through that. All of the cars... Jesus Christ, that was scary. All of the cars are going to run on the tire that they came with, because I'm certainly not buying racing soft or racing tires at all for every car that I have in my garage. It's just not a good idea. And you know, these are road cars at the end of the day, so if you've got skinny little bicycle tires here like the Fiat, you know, they should probably have a little bit of tread on them. However, these comfort tires are going to be an adventure, because even as small as this thing is, it certainly likes to slide around at high speeds. Or at least high speeds for it. I never thought I'd see a Fiat get loose, but that is what just happened. It might be a miracle if I'm able to get around without spinning this thing out once, because there's just no weight at the front of this thing. There's also no weight at the bottom of this thing. It's very top heavy. Wipers work. Wipers work. I knew the wipers worked. I'm just trying to fill time, essentially, because, yeah, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here quite some time. Now, I should have turned on a manual transmission for this. Most of the time, I do run in an automatic. But when we start to head up some of the longer hills here of the Nordschleife, we might kind of be sitting around for a second. As you can see, we're struggling to even break 50 miles an hour up one of the lower grade hills here. Once we get around this this hairpin at the end of this section here, I think you'll see what I mean, because we're gonna start to think that this car isn't going to make it. This is all this has. Downhill, 67 miles an hour. Well, we're certainly not going to brake. We're not going to do that. There is no reason. So the Fiat, heads into the hairpin. And braking in this thing is scary. And remember the last time we did this in Gran Turismo Sport, the upgrades to the cars, like a brake balance controller, that was already, I believe, automatically on them. So, oh, actually, I forgot this is downhill. But once we get up there, that's where this thing might die. But yeah, we can adjust the brake balance to kind of fit some of these cars to make them get around here a little bit better. But not the case here in GT7. You gotta buy that individually, which I actually really like. Well, surprisingly, we made it up that hill with a good bit of speed, but probably just because we were going downhill right before it. As we head to this split time, and this is a split right about here that I always like to pay attention to when doing these Nurburgring Time Trials. It's always like a little bit of a good early base mark if you've nailed the lap well. Napa know-how, I will do that after this lap. So probably a good 10 minutes from now. I also don't need to be on any of these curbs whatsoever. This thing might have actual sponges for suspension, for shocks. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is that what the description says? Well, goddamn it. I guess we're doing that then. Oops. I wrote that description like over a year ago. You know this just makes this a pain in the ass to edit, right? 'Cause I'm probably going to edit all this out. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. Random car fact generator. Are we actually going to get a good one? In June 2013, a 1954 Mercedes-Benz W196R Formula One race car sold for $30 million. This is the most expensive car ever sold at public auction. Prior to this, the record was $16.4 million for a 1957 Ferrari Testarossa prototype. That's like a 2-for-1 random car fact there. Well, anyway, back we go to laboring around the Nurburgring Nordschleife. The cars we're going to drive here today around the ring are some of the most boring ones you see. So anyone that's new enough to the stream that didn't see us do this before, they're probably like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? This absolutely sucks." Play a chat franchise, please, for the love of God. No, it does get more exciting as this goes on, the faster we get, and that's why I like starting this out this way, with the slower cars first, so we get these ones just out of the way. I had kind of thought about maybe doing certain manufacturers all in one day, or something like that, as you see the Fiat really struggling to get up a hill for the first time. But this is the control. If we're gonna run what should be a stock time with all of these cars, you know, we've got to have some sort of control, and especially when it gets on to the faster cars that we're gonna drive. I'm not good enough around the ring for that and to drive a manual transmission around here. So automatic is the way to go. As we're struggling to crack 50 miles an hour. But hey, you know what? On the bright side, I haven't crashed yet. Came close. These are the fun ones because they careen into oblivion. I don't think we really have to worry about that here tonight with the Fiat. However, the Samba bus. The Samba bus might be what does it. I tried to let off the throttle and have it shift down into third, but no luck. We're just going to keep putzing around here at 36 miles an hour. Oh, it's totally possible to get a Fiat on its side, but not really. Not without taking curb. Like, you'd have to jump up on the curb at one of the faster... I would do air quotes right now, but, you know, obviously I got to drive this thing. One of the faster portions of the lap here with the Fiat, as yeah, it is it's not looking pretty. Remember that the shifter cart, a go-kart, ran a lap just under 9 minutes. There we go, it finally was able to shift down to third. I felt like it was just gonna die out on us there. The shifter cart was just under 9 minutes, an 8:52. We're already just about a minute away from that, and we're not halfway through the lap. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot get this thing into second gear. And that's a problem because we're about to go uphill again. And I keep trying to get it into second, but it just won't go. Well, we got some flat track right here. 25 miles an hour. And now we're climbing a hill again. We're not even going to reach the carousel in the time that it took the shifter cart to get around the ring with some mistakes. I think I spun out 2 times in the shifter cart lap. Oh my. 8:33. The carousel's probably another minute away. I also don't know what to do when we do get to the carousel when it comes to the Fiat. Mercifully, we're headed downhill. I'm not sure if actually taking the banking of the carousel is going to be a smart idea in this thing. 35 miles an hour. Can we just... Yes, there we go. The engine sounds like it wants to just spool up. Release those 16 horses. 40 miles an hour up a hill. There we go, little Fiat. Third gear's the move. Well, we're going to drop her down into the banking and see what happens. We pop right out of it because even at these slow speeds, not a lot of grip in this thing. Well, we're back to 4th gear, which is probably not a great thing for us, as we are about to climb a hill again. 46 miles an hour. With a Volkswagen van coming up after this. Alright, once again, try to lift off the throttle. We're going to be going like 25, maybe even slower when we are finally able. Alright, hey, we got into 3rd gear. I can't really get it to go down into 3rd, or 2nd rather. 20 miles an hour. Can I please have some gear, please? Hey, there's 2nd gear. As we nearly came to a halt. 10.5 minutes. Good news for us here is that we should be able to carry a good bit of speed for most of the rest of the lap. And by that I mean maybe mostly above 50 miles an hour. I might actually have to get off the throttle here. Not quite. Oh, I want so badly to take that curb, but it's not a very good idea. Even that was dumb. Let the incline take some speed off. There was that curb again. I unfortunately have to hit the brakes a little bit. Sliding all over the place. Well, I've yet to spin it out. Somehow. Once again, just let the incline take the speed off. I'm taking like a racing line. Like I'm taking this thing all the way to the curb. And it just doesn't have to go there. In fact, I want to stay as far away from the curb as possible. Full spood unleashed for the 1968 Fiat 500. Are we going to have to brake for this corner? Nope. Able to carry a good bit of speed through there. Top of the hill, and we're at 57 miles an hour. Alright, under 15 minutes, yes or no? Remember, we've got a very long straight ahead of us. I'm going to have to relearn Nurburgring corner names again. As we're about to hit 13 minutes, I'm going to say that there's zero chance. In fact, we might not even reach the straight. No, we'll reach the straight probably right around 14 minutes. That'd be my guess. Full spood, Fiat. Full spood. Mini carousel, worst corner on the track. I probably even have to brake here, which is a little bit unfortunate, because we are about to head back uphill. 13:30 and counting. I mean, yes. I thought we knew that. Well, get ready for one of the most boring trips down this straight that we are likely to see. We're going to carry on a tradition from the old days of doing this in Gran Turismo Sport and doing the straight in cockpit view. Take a nice look around. Wow, look at that speedometer. Also, I'm going to hope that that's in kilometers and the translation, or the whatever, translation from kilometer to miles makes sense, because our speedometer there says 71. Speedometer. Tachometer. Tachometer's not right either. I've driven a Fiat around the Nürburgring for almost 15 minutes, and in that 15 minutes I've lost my mind and my ability to think. But yeah, there it is. Ignore the fact that my driver is wearing a Pat Skittles suit. I had to take a skate for him. I say Pat Skittles suit. I want to say that's Kenny Irwin. Back down the hill we go. I'm going to say that this car is going to be hard-pressed to run a 16-minute lap. We may end the night with a Renault being the fastest thing that we drive here. Just a couple more corners, and we are... No, I'm going to say it right now. There's zero chance. Zero chance we're under 16 minutes. Even if I take this corner flat out, there is no way. Over 16 minutes for the Fiat 500 to complete a lap around the Nürburgring Nordschleife with a final time of 16 minutes, 4 seconds. Oh, yeah. It's as bad as we remember it.